The Mobile County Public School System presents Homeroom with Nancy Pierce.
Hello and welcome to Homeroom. I'm Nancy Pierce, Public Relations Supervisor for the Mobile County Public School System. And this is a wonderful day. We have two very special guests. At the beginning of the year, we started talking about our signature academies. And we talked about a few of them recently, and we want to bring you back to Citronelle and their signature academy. And I have with me, directly to my right, the principal, Ricky Dixon. Good to have you here.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And then right here is Joseph Roberson.
Good morning.
Good morning. And you are the supervisor of the Signature Academy.
Yes, ma'am.
That's quite a job, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
But you love it.
Yes, I do.
Good.
I do.
Before we talk about the Signature Academy, let's talk about Citronelle. Tell me about Citronelle. How many students? You're getting a new school.
Citronelle, we have approximately 820 students, grades 9 through 12. In the new classification, we moved to 6A, which we're kind of sort of excited about.
Wow.
Yeah, so we've moved up in classification. We are getting a new school. We're very excited about that, and the community really deserves that, I think. And you know, it's going to be a great opportunity for us with the new Signature Academy, the new school, really just to change the impression that people have about Citronelle. It's a great place, a great small community. We have great students, great parents, teachers do an awesome job. And you know, I'm just excited for the community of the things that are happening now in Citronelle. So it's about time, I can say that.
I have mixed feelings about, I know a new school is great, but I love the school. I know it's old, but I don't know, there's something about it that I love. But you deserve a new school. The community deserves a new school. And one more thing before we talk about the Signature Academy. Your graduation is always held at your school. Most of the other ones are held at the Mitchell Center. But your kids graduate, your seniors graduate at the school. What, on the football field?
On the football field.
Wow. Why do you do that?
Well, I think it's a tradition. You know, Citronelle for years has had their graduation on campus. It was in the gym. And prior to me coming, and 4 years ago, we decided to move it to the field. And the reason why is because we wanted to open up graduation to the community. Again, you know, the community takes pride in the school, and I think it's a great opportunity for our community to come out and be a part of graduation, to see those kids who graduate, and you know, I just think it ties the school and the community back together. It's just a great opportunity that we've been afforded. We have great turnout. We have over 3,500 people to attend our graduations, and they're very well mannered. And we really enjoy the outdoors. Hopefully the rain will hold off.
You haven't ever had rain before?
Last year we had rain, so we had to move back inside, and it was flawless. My teachers did a great job, and again, the students and parents were very supportive. And we had a great graduation, but we do anticipate again having it on the field this year at 10 o'clock in the morning on May 17th. So we look forward to that.
Well, good. How many graduates do you have right now? You're thinking?
Around 175 this year.
Okay. Is that a big class for you?
It's bigger than the last 3 graduating classes.
We like to hear that.
Yes.
That is wonderful. Good deal. Now, Mr. Roberson, how long have you been at Citronelle?
This is my first year.
It is?
Yes, ma'am.
And what do you think? Now, pretend he's not sitting next to you.
I love the sense of community at the school. The kids are awesome. Teachers are great. And Mr. Dixon is a great instructional leader.
Good. That's so important in schools with principals. They need to be great instructional leaders.
Yes,
so
ma'am.
That's important to hear. The Academy at Citronelle, what is it? What does it cover? Either one of you can take that question.
Well, I'll speak to that first because you know, Mr. Roberson, this is his first year, and he's done a phenomenal job being our Signature Academy specialist, and has helped to move that forward. But 3 years ago, when we started in this process, we were one of 4 high schools, of course, that took part in the opportunity afforded by our school system, and we had to search and seek what we wanted our signature feature to be. And after much debate and research, we chose, of course, advanced manufacturing and industry.
What's
and
advanced?
technology.
What do you mean by advanced manufacturing?
Advanced manufacturing is actual the manufacturing processes that are taking place today. And you know, many of our new manufacturing techniques that we see today are involving new technologies as well. So there's a lot to look forward into that. And you know, so many kids today, you know, we look at college and career readiness standards that we see, and so many of our industrial jobs today require some form of college education as well. So it's important that we tie those things together. And you know, it fits well for our community. We're very close in proximity to the Highway 43 corridor, which is mainly chemical plants, industrial plants, steel mills, and those things. And many of our parents from our community are employed in those places. And many of our students have an ambition to stay in a community and support a community. And through this process, through the industrial aspect of our signature process, we're going to be able to keep our kids at home, I think.
Oh, I like that. So many kids end up moving away from home. Their parents aren't happy. They might get married, have grandchildren, and they're far away. So it's really nice that they want to come back to their community. That is so sweet. And like you've said, both of you have said, Citronelle has this community that is very proud. They're proud of each other. They're proud of the high school. So that's wonderful. So as far as your Signature Academy, it's an umbrella of advanced manufacturing and, help me out. Technology. So you step in, you're the specialist. What does that mean? What do you have to do? What's your job?
Well, basically, I foster our partnerships. We have great partners. I work with the students to make certain that they understand they have multiple choices, multiple pathways. I help to build what was already prepared for me before I came to Citronelle, great foundation. Mr. Dixon and his staff did an awesome job in the pre-planning process. So basically, I'm just building upon that foundation. The students, particularly the seniors, we wanted to make sure that if they wanted to go directly into the workforce, that they had the skill set, the essentials to be successful. For those who wanted to go to college, we wanted to make a connection to the application process at the school. So basically, I've just been facilitating and working directly with the teachers, the partners, and the students.
How many partners do you have? Do you know?
Currently, we have 7 partners, 7 solid partners that are very active in the day-to-day process of our Signature Academy process.
So they help out and provide, can they provide jobs eventually?
Yes, ma'am, they can. Mr. Dixon, you want to speak a little bit about our partnership this summer?
Yeah,
I will speak directly to one of our big partnerships with Autokumpu. They have actually provided us an opportunity to have summer internships for our students.
Now, do these have to be graduates or no? They can be. Okay.
They actually want students who start at age 16 and up so that they can have them 2 years. They can intern 2 years while they're in high school. A matter of fact, Mr. Roberson just delivered our first round of applicants, and we'll be interviewing in about 2 weeks. Autokumpu will come on campus and interview those students. They'll select 12. Some will be selected for a co-op program, those who are going to a 4-year college setting, or some will be on a direct path to working in the actual industry on the floor. It's going to be an exciting program. They're going to work for 8 weeks. They get paid.
That's nice.
For 40 hours a week. It's a great summer program. They'll have 4 weeks of training, and they'll get to work inside the plant for 4 weeks.
We've got to take a break. I'm sorry. So hold that thought, all right? We have so much more to talk about, so you sit tight, and we'll be right back. Don't go away.
I'm Ashley Rich, Mobile County District Attorney. The failure to obey school bus safety laws will cost you. It can cost you up to a $3,000 fine and the loss of your driving privileges.
But more than that, it could cost the life of a child. That's why the Mobile County Public School System is urging you to stop and obey all bus traffic laws. Hi, I'm Pat Mitchell, Director of Transportation for the Mobile County Public School System. We're asking you to obey all bus safety laws. It could save a life. Remember, stop ahead when you see red. Our future depends on it.
For me, it started back in 1942 when my family moved to Mobile, and I began my high school career at Murphy High School. Today, it's so important to be able to ingrain in yourself what are you going to do in future life, and you need to be prepared. And so subsequently, everything at Murphy was very important in my life, and so it was instrumental in preparing me for future life and future profession that I wanted to be in.
thanks, Dad. I got it.
Okay. I'm gonna go fix the lamp in your room.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of children in foster care who will take you just as you are.
Welcome back. So glad you stayed with us. We are talking with Ricky Dixon, the principal at Citronella High School, and Joseph Roberson, who is the Signature Academy Specialist at Citronella. And we love the fact that we have started Signature Academies. The kids love them. I think the administration, the teachers love them. So let's get back to our interview with Mr. Dixon and Mr. Roberson. You were talking about one of the big partners and how they're going to have internships. They're offering internships. Do you know how many kids how many will they take?
12.
They will take 12.
Initially,
okay.
they're going to do 12, and then we're going to look at the program over the next few years, and hopefully that's going to increase. It's going to be a great opportunity for our kids because through this internship, they can work for 2 years. If they do a satisfactory job, then they'll have an opportunity to be employed by that company. So,
and this is in the summer that they'll do the internship.
Yes.
And it's paid, which is marvelous.
Yes.
A lot of times you don't get paid. You brought up the name of the company. Tell me again.
out of Kunpu.
And what do they do?
There's stainless steel side
Okay.
of the new steel mill
Okay.
in Calvert.
Okay. So you've got, that's a partner and you have 6 others. What would you do without your partners? Do you think, what could you do, Mr. Roberson?
We couldn't have a program without our partners. Partners add credence to what we're doing in the school. The students have opportunity to see the application process on the company side and also get an opportunity to practice what is being taught in the classroom or in our case, our different areas.
Now, how many students do you have in the advanced manufacturing?
Currently, we have 190 students.
How many would you like to see?
500.
Can you make it?
I believe so.
Good. How long are you giving yourself?
I have a 3-year plan.
Good. Okay. Everybody needs a plan.
Of course. Yes, ma'am.
You know, I think a lot of people get confused. I know I have. Is it Signature Academy? It's a kind of an umbrella, and the advanced manufacturing is over that. But then there are also different academies within that Signature Academy, which I still get confused, and I've been talking about it for a year.
Yes, ma'am.
But what are some of the other things that the students can get involved in if they don't go into that?
Well, again, we're unique at Citronelle.
You are.
In that we, our students do not attend the Career Tech Centers. So historically, we've had Career Tech programs on campus. Okay. So we have every student at Citronelle, grades 10 through 12, are involved in a Career Tech path. They're in a pathway. They have to make a choice. Matter of fact, we'll be having a day next week for our 9th grade students to go in and make a choice on which pathway they want to participate in. So we have multiple pathways. We have an automotive pathway, we have welding, we do have an ag pathway, we have a horticulture pathway, we have business technology. We are also working now with the Microsoft IT side of it where they can get certification. We have a health side, and we're adding a humanities side this year as well. So that we can, because we want to make sure that every student at Citronelle High School has an opportunity to be in a program that they desire to be in and that they want to have their career in it. And we're encompassing that right now. And every student at Citronelle High School will have an opportunity to be exposed to the career choice of their, for them, for their coming future. So we look forward to that.
What happens if I were to choose one and then after I were in it a little bit, can I change? Or do you want me to stick it out and see if it gets, you know, if I like it better?
At the end of their sophomore year, they'll have an opportunity to do that.
Okay.
The only thing that we require of them is, and this is part of the process of teaching students how to make decisions the right way, they'll have to meet with a counselor and they'll have to meet with me directly and give a reason for wanting to change.
When you went to school, when you went to college, did you have any opportunity, high school rather, did you have this opportunity? Did you have any idea what you might want to do?
Actually, I did.
You did?
I did.
Well, that's not fair.
I was actually in the first HCAP program at Blount High School.
Oh, okay.
We started the program in 1995. My class was the first to graduate out of the program. Although I did not go into a health-related field, being in the program it was a segue for me to know exactly what I wanted to do. I knew I wanted to go to college, and I knew that I wanted to be in a position to service others. So actually, for me, Signature Academy started a long time ago. Yes, ma'am.
Well, that's great, and you had that experience which you could take with you to Citronelle into the academy.
Ma'am. And that's a catalyst for me in my day-to-day operations, dealing with teachers, dealing with the students, dealing with partners. You know, my thoughts take me back to Main Street, to my teachers, to the different business partners we had that really made an impact in my life.
Boy, that's so important because you appreciate it.
Yes, ma'am.
You know what it was all about. What about you when you went to school?
No. And I won't talk about when I was in high school. But, we were not offered opportunities to determine pathways. That was pretty much left up to home, to parents, and to ourselves to make those decisions.
Well, when you were in high school, was it considered, okay, this is what you had these choices from your parents? When I was in high school, okay, you can be a nurse, you can be a teacher, you can be a secretary, you could be a housewife, and I think that was it. And I wanted to be an astronaut, so that didn't work out well. But what about you? Was that the same thing? Were there certain things that guys always went into pretty much, or?
I think, the going thing at the time when I was in high school, and I was on a college track. That was the only thing that my parents required of me, was that I go to college. So I was on that track, and everything else was sort of left up to me. And I had some outside influences. I started, my major was in computer science, and I stayed in that for 2 years, but that's not where my heart was.
Where was your heart?
My heart was in education. And I had a senior teacher of mine tell me, a math teacher told me one time that, Ricky, she said, I think you need to go and to be a football coach and to teach math. And I looked at her like, no, you don't know what you're talking about. They don't pay anything. But being happy and being where you're called to be is important. And I think the Signature Academies do that for our students. It gives them an opportunity to experience the pathway that they've chosen, to see if that's really where they want to be. And I think that's the unique thing that kids today are offered that kids didn't have when we were in school. So I think it's a great day for education. It's a great day for students because they have that opportunity to see if that's a direction they want to go in their life before they actually start on that journey. So I think it's important, and I think it's a great program, and that's why I want to expose every kid at Citronelle High School to a pathway and give them the opportunity to see, is this the direction I want to go?
So they go in, the ninth graders will go in next week and pick a pathway.
Yes, ma'am.
How much, not influence, I'm not going to say influence, but how much will you have to help them with that? How do you get them to go through this process and figure out which way they want to go?
Well, next Friday, we're actually going to do it similar to a Greek rush.
Oh, okay.
Each academy will be broken off into different tribes. And then the students will have the opportunity to visit each pathway or each academy. We'll do a general assembly in the gym. We'll break off by homeroom. We will then reassemble in the gym, and each student will have opportunity to go and sit in their respective pathway area and actually sign up for that academy.
But they can visit all the areas before they actually make that decision.
Yes, ma'am. And the students, the senior students, will be very pivotal in selling their academy to the ninth graders.
Sure. Can you have a lot in one area and not as many? I mean, will that influence at all, or as far as the population, can you have 30 of the kids in one area and only 2 in another, or does that throw everything off?
You'll have different group sizes in each pathway, and I mean that's just the nature of it. I mean, everybody, healthcare generally is one that's huge this day and time, and the industrial maintenance side are areas that are big, and some of the other areas are not as big. For example, the humanities, we don't anticipate to have 100 students in that, but we do know that we have some students who are focused in that direction, and we want to provide that opportunity to them. The other thing is that students have been working up to this point, so that even before this, through the career cruising modules that they complete, they've been doing interest inventory. So they really now have narrowed their pathways down to about 4 different areas that they're interested in going in. So that in itself will sort of steer them in a direction.
Right.
But you know, it comes back to what Mr. Roberson said. I think those students who have had an experience in those pathways are going to be the guiding force behind what those students select. But again, it's important to understand that those students still have an opportunity to experience that and to see what type of job opportunities are there, what type of education is required, and is this an area that I can see myself in for the rest of my life? And I think that's important.
That is, and we have to take another break, so sit tight and we'll be right back. Don't go away.
It started for me when I went into the first grade, and then I went on to George Hall Elementary School, and from there to Williamson, where I graduated. The public school system, it had a great impact on me because not only did it prepare me academically for my future career, but it also prepared me for life. Because of its diversity of students and teachers, it really gave me a well-rounded education.
So, Nicholas, how was your day at school today?
It was great. We had fun in class today.
So, what did you do differently today at school? I mean, any new projects?
We got a progress report today.
You got your progress reports today? So, how did you do?
Don't know.
You don't know. That's okay. We can check that right here. Wow. Nicholas.
So this is my computer.
This is your computer. Let's go on the internet.
Let's go. Click it.
Yes.
Okay.
I cursor in between the R and the E. If I say dot, I want you to just push the period.
She's gonna love me all over again now.
That's it. Jamaica, here you go.
Here we go.
Good job.
Thank you. Thank you. And I did it by myself. Feel smarter.
We're talking about the Signature Academy at Citronelle High School, and joining me are the principal, Ricky Dixon, and also the Signature Academy specialist, Scott. Oh, I just called you Scott Roberson because Scott Roberson works in this building. I'm sorry, Joe.
Okay.
So we were talking about the wonderful things that you're doing, and one thing we talked about during the break is, well, the students are going to be able to go around and talk to the seniors about the various aspects of Signature Academy. But the other thing you're going to do, and I love this, is the seniors will have to do an interview with a company, and do a resume. And when's that going to happen?
Well, we've already started that
You
process. Currently, we are at about maybe a little bit over half of the senior class that have completed their mock interview.
So it's a mock interview with one of your partners?
Yes, ma'am. We have an opportunity for our partners to come in and facilitate a panel. And we do it in increments of 15 students at a time. The students come in dressed professional that day at school. They have the copies of their cover letters and resumes ready, and they sit before the panel, and at the end of the actual interview, they receive feedback from the panel via a rubric. They're scored.
That is truly amazing. To have that experience at that age is phenomenal. What kind of feedback are you getting from the students?
Well, it's like an icebreaker because this interview kind of sets the tone to let them know some of the things they need to work on. Many of the students will be interviewing for scholarships and things of that nature, so it can be applied to other areas outside of school. Some of the feedback from the students in regards to appearance, I don't need to talk so much, or maybe next time not wear neon fingernail polish. You know, small things like that we can overlook that someone in the business sector would pick on.
Sure.
Pick up on. So.
Well, and the fact that they have to have a resume and a cover letter. Are you going to have a resume writing class? Are they working on that?
We are offering a technical writing class this year. We're going to increase the number of writing opportunities our students have next year, and we're going to really focus early in the year with our seniors on resume writing. Of course, we work on that too in our English classes as well. They're already working on those productions, but we're really going to focus more attention on that. Currently, our kids are writing those. Mr. Roberson and Ms. Finley, our counselor, senior counselor, and several others are working very closely with them on reading those and making suggestions to them and doing rewrites. So they're getting a lot of experience in not only the interview process, but in writing resumes and cover letters and identifying those critical components that's going to help them get a job in the future.
Sure.
So
You've got to have a resume where everything's spelled correctly and you have the important things
Right.
on your resume and some of the more fluff, superfluous stuff not on there. What kind of feedback are you getting, Mr. Roberson, from the companies that come in to do the interviews? Are they pretty pleased?
Very impressed, because what we do, we listen to, we have dialogue with our partners. So we get an idea of some of the things that they're looking for, some of the issues that they're dealing with. And those are the things that we reinforce at school. So just for them to have an opportunity, they feel welcomed. They actually form relationships with these students, particularly Autokumpu, Mr. Chris Comstock. He has really developed a relationship with several other students because he's in and out of school so much. So it kind of gives them an opportunity to come out of the company, out of the business world, and teach a little bit. So for them to know that what they are in need of and that we're paying attention to it and the kids are actually learning. So they love it. Any opportunity for them to come into the school and interact with the kids, that's the main thing for them.
So win-win situation for the students, for the companies, for you.
Yes, ma'am.
I love this. Now, what did your kids, I'm trying to remember, go to Worlds of Opportunity? Have they been to the Worlds of Opportunity? Did they go in 8th grade?
in their middle school years, yes.
Right.
Yes.
And so that kind of gets them into, knowing that there are several options, several opportunities, but they're going to have to make the choice on what really interests them. Is enrollment open right now? When do they have to enroll for?
It closed April 1st.
It did.
Their applications should have been sent into central office,
Okay.
and we'll receive those from central office, and we'll be able to go through and analyze each of those and then make decisions on it. But there is an open enrollment process for signature academies. Mr. Roberson's been to several middle schools across the county and spoke at those and gave the students some information that are planning on coming to Citronelle, hopefully. So I think, with the new school and all the excitement around that and the new Signature Academy process, and I think with opportunities that's being afforded through our companies and the things that are doing right now, it's going to be a great time for Citronelle High School. I mean, our kids are going to have so many opportunities afforded to them that they've never had before. And I think it's going to help increase our graduation rate even more. We were at 80% this year, so we're very excited about that. We want to maintain that, but we want to continue to graduate even more students.
Definitely.
That are prepared for the workplace.
So you're so excited. I
Yes.
mean, you are very excited about what's been going on, and it's your first year. What do you think? We've got about 30 seconds.
Okay.
You like it?
Awesome.
Are you happy?
I love it.
What's your favorite part?
Working with the students.
Okay.
Working with the students.
I think it's great, and you obviously work very well together. So I can't wait to check this out in another 6 months, another year, and find out where you're going. So thank you for taking time, coming here and talking to us.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And thank you for watching and for listening.